Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, the 12th day of June. It's International Cachaça Day.
Cachaça.
I'm going to have to Google this because I don't know what that is. Also, International Falafel Day. You ever have falafels?
I've not, I don't believe, no.
If you have a bad falafel when you're done, would you feel awful?
That was so stupid.
Why? That wasn't that bad.
Oh, my God.
All right. Every year on June 12th, International Cachaça Day celebrates the Brazilian-made drink called the cachaça. Well, now I kind of feel like I need to try one. Very interesting. World Day Against Child Labor. National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. I like peanut butter cookies.
I do too.
National Jerky Day. Oh, I love jerky.
Yes, you do.
National Loving Day. Ooh, I love loving. And National Red Rose Day today.
Aww.
All of those things happening. And it is a Movie Star Monday. We have Gianni Russo joining us. The Sixth Family is the name of a book that he's got out. But he was in the movie The Godfather. He's been in a bunch of movies. We're going to chat with him about the movies and about the book coming up.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. So for how long will you fight symptoms before finally admitting that you are officially sick? According to a survey, more than 1 in 4 of us believe we can will our sickness away. A poll of 2,000 adults found that until they have cold sweats or chills, 48%, until they have a fever, 46%, or see green when they blow their nose, 21%, they won't admit they're even sick. Usually that means it takes about 2 days of symptoms before they actually admit that they're not feeling well. Almost 60% said that they have at some point used the excuse that it's just allergies. I've used that. And somebody asked if they're feeling okay. Oh, it's just allergies. The survey also found that more than 1/3, 36%, said that they are more likely to carry on and go to work the first day they feel under the weather rather than take a sick day. But their healthy coworkers are not impressed. 71% said they feel it's rude to come to work if you're not well. So there you go. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know? If you check out the latest fitness trends, it would show you walking backwards is the new hot thing.
What?
Yeah. Experts are increasingly convinced that we should be walking backwards to reap a host of health benefits, both physical and mental. Yeah, you look mental.
You got to think, I suppose, in
Jack
order to be able to do
McNamara,
that.
lecturer in clinical exercise physiology at the University of East London, explains that walking backwards can improve your balance, your gait, provide relief from foot and back pain, and expend more energy than walking forward. Walking backward also forces the brain to work harder, and that is where the mental health benefits come in. Mm-hmm. And by walking backwards, you're taking years off your life. You're dialing the everything back. That's not in the story. If you could tell, because I was making it up as I was going along. But is that what the thing is? Like turning back the odometer, I'm going to walk backwards, and all of a sudden, oh, you look 20 years younger. Yeah, I walked backwards to get in here. All right, we don't know everything, but now we kind of know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. According to an explosive book, the behind-the-scenes environment of the TV show Lost was just as dramatic, toxic, and cutthroat as the series was itself. There's a new book coming out called Burn It Down, and they shared excerpts from all kinds of terrible, awful things that happened that were abusive, hostile, sexist, racist, destructive, cruel, and brutal. That book's going to probably sell well. And Succession fans have created their own memorabilia. In the show, there is a shirt that's worn by Kieran Culkin, who we've had on the program here. Sunday's final episode, his character, Roman Roy, was wearing a baby blue T-shirt with stripes on the sleeve. Anyway, it's just a regular shirt purchased at Walmart, and now you can't find them at Walmart. They were like $13, just a cheap shirt.
Right.
And everybody's
Now
buying
they're
them
sold
because
out.
that is what he wore on the show. So, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse finally hits theaters, and producers behind the trilogy have their attention set on the next one already. So they're already looking ahead. So apparently it's doing okay. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. It says, I just read that people who work in the banking industry are most likely to cheat on their spouses.
Really?
Yeah, apparently that.
That's interesting.
I wonder why that is. People who work in the banking industry are more likely to cheat on their spouses.
I don't know. That's interesting.
All kinds of bankers, husbands and wives right now going, wait a minute, what?
What was that?
I got to make a phone call. And cultivated meat is closer than ever to your dinner table. I don't know if I'm ready for this kind
I
of
am
stuff.
definitely not.
A Dutch startup reported a massive increase in efficiency. That means pork can be grown in 1 week.
No, thank you.
That's much quicker than growing it on the farm, where a pig is reared for at least 8 months. The people at Meatable say they've smashed their own record of growing I don't know what piece of pork, but growing pork in just 2 weeks. They've created a
But
product.
is it really pork if they're just growing?
I don't think so, but
yeah, I don't like.
they've created a product of the highest quality with the expressions of proteins and long fatty acid chains, which are essential to give meat its unique pork sensory experience. This means that it has a good mouthfeel. It feels like pork when you're eating it.
No thanks.
Meatable creates cultivated meat from just a single animal cell, and the company expects to reduce the time required even further. So they're thinking someday you'll be able to click a button and then just print your food on a printer.
No thanks.
So I don't know that I'm ready for any of this. I would like some chocolate cake. I'll print you one right now.
Yeah.
It's
No, thank you.
It's just, again, all of this seems, we're living in the future, and I am not ready
I
for
don't
this
want
kind
to
of
be
the
in the
future.
future.
No. There's all kinds of things that I've been reading lately where they're like, oh, in the future, we're all going to be doing this. I'm like, not all of us, because I'm not doing that. All right, that is your scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Gianni Russo, actor and author of a new book, The Sixth Family. It's a novel, and this says on here, Gianni, book 1. How many will there be total in this novel series?
I committed to 4, and obviously it has to be successful, and they'll keep printing the other ones. But this one's doing really well already. We got 5-star reviews on Amazon, and it just came out, so I'm proud of it.
And you should be. This is a wonderful book. I've got a copy of it here in my hands. Now, most people know you as an actor from The Godfather and many other movies. How long have you been a writer, Gianni?
No, I actually became a writer during the pandemic. I just felt I saw my kids, my grandchildren, so depressed over this. I felt I should write it and let them feel what I felt. In 1949, August 7th, I got polio. I was quarantined in Bellevue State Hospital in New York. I was there for 5 years. So that journey in itself and my survival, I thought may help people through what I went through. And I see people on the street, and it did help a lot of people. But selfishly, I did it for my own children and grandchildren because they're all consumed by their gadgets and instruments and computers and whatever else, and they're not communicating. They're not looking at life in a realistic way. And that's what the first book was about. And it's such a success, I've been asked to do more. But my writing basically is only the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, you've done a really good job. And again, the new book that's out right now, The Sixth Family, and it says on here a Gianni Russo novel, book 1. Let's talk about what this particular book is about for folks who maybe are looking for something good to read right now.
Well, this book, well, I think there's something for everybody in it. I clarified a lot of the stuff with Marilyn Monroe and her child that we now identify in this book. And then the name of the book, The Sixth Family, was the brainchild of John Gotti. Because when the 5 families of New York were not going along with his new style of being a godfather, he figured he would, create a 6th family and have to answer to no one because he wasn't answering to anybody anyway. I mean, his assassination of Paul Castellano and Tommy Bellotti was not sanctioned. And so with all this happening, I was privy to a lot of what was going on from the outside of it. And I incorporated it in a book that I think gives you romance, intrigue, a lot of crime, a lot of killing, and it's got enough to offer everybody. It's got all the bells and whistles, I think, to be a great novel.
Absolutely. And do you maybe someday see this being turned into a movie as well?
Well, it's something that people say to me. The way I write it, it reads like a movie.
I would agree. What
better accolade is to have a book made into a movie? It's another, whole income stream, which me being as conscious of business as I am, you always try to capitalize what you already have. So
absolutely. And again, the first book is out now, The Sixth Family, and it's book 1, and we're hoping to see some other books come out as well. This first one is doing really well, and again, it hasn't been out long, and you're selling a whole lot, and you're getting a lot of really positive reviews. That's got to make you feel really good.
Yeah, it does. It's like anything else. When you do something, you want people to caress and appreciate it. And I thank God for that. I thank my audiences, including yours, for supporting me.
Now, when you think back to when you got the opportunity to work on The Godfather, did you have any idea back then that movie and that whole franchise would turn into what it turned into?
None of us did, because while we were making it, Paramount kept threatening to close the whole production down because they didn't like, first of all, they didn't like the casting. They didn't want Pacino at all. Or Michael, they wanted James Caan. And so, but the brilliance of Pacino and the way he portrayed him, and you saw him as this weak soldier, not a weak soldier, but as a soldier with Kay in the wedding, my wedding, in fact. And to see him grow was the brilliance of Pacino's genius as an actor, and Francis Ford Coppola as a director. I mean, that's why we're talking about it 51 years later.
Absolutely.
A brilliant movie.
Well, and a brilliant book that you just put out, The Sixth Family. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat. I appreciate it, sir.
It was my pleasure. Appreciate you.
And again, Gianni Russo, The Sixth Family. The book is available right now. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are more Lego minifigures than there are people on the earth.
I think we've talked about that before.
That is so crazy to me. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Nutmeg is a hallucinogen. Nutmeg.
I knew that too because people were doing like a nutmeg challenge for a while there. Remember, you had to take like a whole, or was that cinnamon?
I don't know what it was.
I don't remember.
Do we have nutmeg in our house?
Of course we do.
Is that safe? Should we have that on hand? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Competitive art was an Olympic sport from 1912 to 1948. That would be kind of cool to watch.
Okay.
Paint a painting or sketch a picture. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Baby robins eat 14 feet of earthworms every day. That is
I've
crazy.
seen some eating quite a few at our house.
Yeah,
we've
got, when we have our sprinklers go off, some worms will pop out, and then the mama bird goes and grabs all these worms. She'll leave with a mouthful from time to time. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's up, John?
The bigger an animal's brain, the longer it yawns. Wow. I didn't know anything about that. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 90% of this year's college freshmen have never used one of these machines before. You've used one. I've used one. But college freshmen, have never touched one. What is it?
A typewriter?
Yeah, a typewriter. Good job. How did you know that?
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you. I don't think I would have guessed that. But yeah, they've never used a typewriter before. I bet there's a long list of things they've never used. VCR is probably another one. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. If high gas prices have you hunting for new modes of transportation, perhaps a rideable robotic goat is what you need. Spot, the Boston Dynamics robot dog, regularly makes headlines, but Kawasaki has gone next level with a robotic rideable goat. Yeah, the goat has been named Bex because it's really supposed to be an ibex, which refers to certain species of wild goat. It has horns that light up and delicate legs that can be lowered and then sprouts wheels. And it's strong enough that a full-size human can mount it like a horse and ride it around.
That is ridiculous.
It really is, yeah. Spot, the Boston Dynamics robot dog, is interesting enough, but now the Kawasaki robotic rideable goat, I don't know that I'm ready for this.
That's fantastic.
The future's here, and we're just not ready. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. We're going to continue with some questions plaguing humanity. You ready for this, Heidi?
I am on the edge of my seat.
Why is it you see a lot of awful smart guys with dumb women, but you never, ever see a smart woman with a dumb guy?
Yeah, that's
Wait
true.
a minute. We might be the exception to that rule. The word Q is really just one letter followed by 4 silent letters. Oh, yeah. Q.
Oh, yeah.
Q-U-E. U-E. Exactly what is midair? Is there some other part of air besides the mid part? I guess I never thought of that. If you get cheated by the Better Business Bureau, who do you complain to? If work is so terrific, how come they have to pay you to do it? Yeah?
Well, yeah.
Do you agree that clapping is really weird when you think about it? Literally slapping your hands together to honor somebody else? It's kind of a...
It's like a seal.
Yeah, pretty much. Can a woman's prison be called a penal colony? Oh, wow. And our final question plaguing humanity, when will all the rhetorical questions end? Yeah, there's the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Norm Crosby gives our quote today, and it is, as you get older, 3 things happen. First, your memory goes, and I can't remember the other 2. I like that. That's good. I am getting older. I've noticed that there's several things that I never thought I'd be excited about. Been watching our grass grow.
You get so excited about you. Let's go to the sprinkler show.
I'm
That's
like,
what
hey,
you say to me every morning.
The sprinkler goes off. I'm like, hey, time for the sprinkler show. And then we go out and watch the sprinklers.
I'm sleeping.
And I drink coffee and I watch the sprinklers. And then I'm just waiting for somebody to come along and say, get off my lawn. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It's great news, actually. It's comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. South Carolina deputy's small act of kindness changes a woman's entire life. That's pretty cool. Greenville County Sheriff's Office shared a story on their Facebook page. Greenville County Sheriff Deputy responded to a resident a few weeks ago to a woman who was having, quote, one of her hardest days. With her permission, the agency shared her message. Said, I just wanted to share my gratitude towards the officer who responded to my residence a few weeks ago. He recognized that I needed someone to listen, someone to show that they cared at that present moment and to be compassionate. The courage it took to step away from his title of deputy while still in uniform to just be a genuine, kind human being was everything and more. He'll never understand how much that hug truly meant to me. And then she put a heart emoji. The world needs more people like him.
That's wonderful.
It says, I hope you're able to pass my appreciation on as a reminder to the entire world. Having a uniform on doesn't make you a good person. Showing someone you genuinely care is what makes you a good person. The ability to open yourself up to vulnerability while on duty showed his true strength and character. This is proof that just because they're a cop doesn't mean they don't have emotions. They're human too. The fact is, I'm still thinking about his random act of kindness a month later, and that proves a small act of kindness and compassion can change someone's entire life.
Nice.
God bless. Isn't that great?
That's wonderful. I love those stories.
The department praised the deputy and said that his actions made the entire agency proud. I think that's really cool. It makes me proud as well. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's actually some photos here. It looks like it was snapped from maybe a doorbell camera.
Okay.
So it's like at that height. But if you're interested, I've got a link to this. More details in the story as well in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.